こんにちは。今日のレッスンは漢字。漢字の1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10です。The goal of this video is to teach you how to recognize the kanji for one-digit and two-digit numbers. And by the end of just a few minutes, you should be recognizing and being able to read and understand one- and two-digit numbers in kanji pretty fast. It's helpful if you already know how to pronounce the numbers 1 through 10 in Japanese. If you don't already know, I have a different video that teaches how to learn those with memory hints very quickly. If you don't know, you'll still be able to learn the kanji and to recognize the meanings of these number kanji. In a previous video, I introduced the kanji numbers for ichi, ni, and san, the numbers 1, 2, and 3. And when I teach middle school, sometimes I'll have a student who asks me, "Oh, well, do we just keep doing that for the number 4 and the number 5, and we just keep going?" Well, what do you think? Would that be an easy number to read? And would you quickly be able to tell how this number and this number are different? And imagine how we would write a number even bigger. So, of course, the answer is no, we don't do that for larger numbers. So beyond ichi, ni, and san, beyond 1, 2, and 3, these are the next three numbers. Pronounce yong or shi, go, and roku. And here are some hints that I hope will help you learn them quickly. So the kanji for the number 4 is easy to remember because it's a rectangle that has 4 sides. But it also has a hidden number 4 in it. Can you see it? Can you see the hidden number 4 in the shape of this kanji? Okay, there it is. So this is yong or shi, the number 4. The kanji for the number 5, some students tell me that they can see a hidden number 5 in the shape of this kanji. If you can see it, that might be one way to remember this kanji. Another way to remember it is there are 3 horizontal lines going across this kanji and then 2 vertical lines. So think of it as your 3 fingers horizontally and 2 fingers vertically. If you overlap them, you have the 2 fingers vertically and 3 horizontally, and you get a shape that's similar to the kanji 5. The kanji for the number 6, to me, this looks like Stonehenge. If you know what Stonehenge in England is, the ancient man-made rock formation, these are the vertical stones of Stonehenge. Here's a horizontal slab of stone, and here's another little stone on top. Here's Stonehenge with some vertical stones and some horizontal stones and maybe a small stone on top. And Stonehenge is made of rock, and the number 6 in Japanese is pronounced roku. And this looks like a rock with some weeds growing next to it. So roku, rock, Stonehenge, this is the number 6. Take a moment now and say out loud any of the hints that you found helpful. How are you going to remember that when you see this shape, this is the number 4, the number 5, and the number 6? The remaining kanji are nana or shichi, hachi, kyu, or also pronounced ku, and ju. So the way to remember nana, 7, is easy. All you have to do is flip this kanji upside down, and it looks like the number 7, the way some people write it with a slash going through. Hachi, the number 8, if you already know katakana, it looks very similar to the katakana of ha. Ha in katakana is hachi, the number 8. Another way to remember is put your hands in the same slanted shape, 4 fingers here and 4 fingers here. Anytime that you handwrite this kanji, it needs to look like this. But please know that many computer fonts add a line going across the top of the ha. But when you handwrite it, please write it this way, without a line going across the top. The number 9 in Nihongo is pronounced kyu. And this part of the kanji for the number 9, to me, it looks like a lowercase q. Qrstuv, the letter Q. And if you were to cut off the tail of this letter Q, you get the number 9. The number 10 is pronounced ju, and think of that as all 5 fingers, including your thumb. One hand this way, one hand this way, 5 fingers and 5 fingers. That's 10 fingers, ju. Whereas over here for hachi, you're only counting the fingertips that create this shape. You're not counting your thumbs. You were just introduced to these kanji. Take a moment and say out loud the memory hints that you found helpful. So anytime you see these kanji shapes, you'll know the meanings immediately. And as long as you're saying the hints out loud, don't forget these three as well. Take a moment to pause the video if you need. I'm moving on. So let's now build some speed. Here are the numbers 1 through 10 that you've learned so far. First, say the meanings in English. So you can start here and go down, or you can start over here and go down, or go across. But hopefully, eventually, you can say them pretty fast, like 5, 3, 9, 4, 10. And if you already know the pronunciations of the numbers in Nihongo, then go through it a second time and say them all in Nihongo. Pause the video if you need, but let's move on. This is the same thing, except I've given you the same 10 kanji in different fonts. So it's good to get used to how the kanji look when they're written with different computer fonts. So again, it doesn't matter if you go vertically or if you go across. Speed practice, again, say them all in English, eigo, and then if you can, say them all in Nihongo if you already know the pronunciations. Okay, so let's practice reading two-digit numbers. As numbers, they are two-digit numbers. But notice that in order to write two-digit numbers, sometimes you only need two kanji, but sometimes you need more than two kanji. So let's take a look at these. 10, 5, 10, 5 is the number 15. 10, 1, 10, 1, 11 is the number 11. This one says 9, 10. 9, 10 is 90. 90, and then 4 is 94. So in Nihongo, this would be 94. 94 is 94. 7 tens is 70, and then 3. So 73. 73 is 73. If you don't already know how to say two-digit numbers in Nihongo, this reading might be a little bit confusing for you. So I suggest learning how to pronounce one and two-digit numbers in Japanese first if you don't know. After you learn those, reading these in kanji will be a lot easier and less confusing. Let's continue. Here are a few more two-digit numbers in kanji. Pause the video here if you need and write down on your own piece of paper, A, B, C, all the way through N, what numbers these are. Pause the video if you need, because here are the answers. Ready? And before we end this video, we'll do one more slide of practice with two-digit kanji numbers if you'd like. So very similar to the previous slide, here are two sets. On your own paper, write down what each number is for letter A, letter B, letter C, all the way to letter N. This time, I do not give you the answer key. I hope this video helped you learn kanji for one and two-digit numbers. If you're in my class, we'll check the answers to this last slide together when I see you next.